What's going on, everybody? It's Amon-Rellik, the God Slayer. We're back in more Warframe. Today is going to be our final tutorial series in the tutorial series for 2024. You've learned the basics of Warframe, how to build one in terms of going about the grind itself, opening relics, things of that nature. You learned about the modding system that's behind it. Now we're going to get into the different ways to play Warframe and how you can kind of prevent yourself from being overwhelmed with the amount of different things to do in Warframe. All right. So let's say you log in and you're a little pressed on what to do. First things first, always take a look at your foundry and make sure things are always, if you don't have anything crafting, always make sure something's crafting. You can always craft something, whether it be forma or anything else. Just always make sure something's crafting. Once that's done, you're gonna have several options open to you. Once you've beaten a lot of the different main stories, you'll be able to, of course, continue do some Duviri stuff. You know, and you can run around doing Duviri stuff and getting stuff for your operator, doing your operator stuff, or you can do, of course, the railjack. And of course, doing your dailies and weeklies, or I can claim more rewards somewhere. What else can I claim? Wait, what? All right. So what you'll probably want to do first, and the reason why I'll say you want to do this first, and while I understand you may not want, many people will tell you, you know, it's not exactly necessary to do this, but you may find things lacking if you don't pay attention to your Archwing and its weaponry. The reason why I say this is because if you notice, I have very few mods for my Archwing and stuff like that, comparison to my regular Warframes and my regular weapons, because I have not engaged with my Archwing very much. Same thing with, like, I don't even have anything for real for my my Necromech. So the idea here is I want to kind of show you what you can do. Give me a second here. I'm gonna show you what you can do to keep yourself from being overwhelmed to kind of keep yourself from being overwhelmed when you realize there's like multiple things for you to do all at once. And the goal is going to be to like get you in that groove where, one, you're not doing the same thing every day. That way you don't end up burning yourself out on one type of content. But then at the same time, you are trying to progress multiple elements of your gameplay. So like, for instance, you might want to take one day and say, okay, let's solve this Arcwing problem, right? Let's solve our Arcwing problem. So how are we gonna do that? We're gonna get ourselves into some missions, and the key is to start off small. Like, start off small and look for you'll see them. You'll know the Arcwing missions because you'll see like here, like exterminate, and you'll basically want to run these, and you can run them public, or you can do invite only. We're gonna do solo because this isn't necessary to need a person for, but you're gonna want to run the small ones, the weaker ones.
Eliminate all Corpus threats.
And like regular levels, Arcwing levels are good places to have a good look around, especially like on missions like these, where you don't have a real time limit. You can kind of like look around and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You might find some secrets hanging around somewhere.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. Well done. Now get to extraction. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Alright, we looked around here. Didn't really find much. So, You can bounce. And of course, what we got here is a couple of mods for our Arcwing. So we would want to run that, and you would basically want to progressively run more and more difficult ones. You'll go to different planets. You'll start trying to do them on different planets here, like Pursuit. Things like that. You're gonna start wanting to do a little bit more stronger Arcwing missions. It'll start asking more of your Arcwing. Then of course the next way to play is to that'll be your first way. Your next way to play is going to be, of course, doing like open world stuff. So like for instance, right now there's some open world events. We can go to the plains of Adeline. And try to do some thermal extractions. Or some thermal fissures. Hopefully, they're actually doing them. Alright. So, we are on the open world of Fortuna. Oh! I wonder why the world's gotten so heavy. Okay, so somebody's actually doing it. Okay, good. Alright. Oh, fuck. Oh. Oh!
Ready? Drop at the fight into that fraction to get the party started. Defensive positions. Do not let them destroy the canister.
Good God! Good God. Oh! All right. Okay. And so that'll be your that would be one of the things you would do. Probably one of the things you would do, you know, for your for your open world. And then of course, you would do that on 3 open worlds. There are, of course, there's like you would do different types of stuff. You would basically gain standing with different areas. Like on Earth, Venus, it'll be Earth, Venus, and I believe Europa. No, it's Earth, Venus, and Deimos. With the that's the open world there. Earth, of course, has Plains of Eidolon, and then Venus has Fortuna or Vallis. And don't worry, like if you don't finish these little events, because they come back around and they save your progress. So, like for instance, this one here, Thermia Fractures. I've had this event for like weeks and like months and months and months. About like a year or so I've had these events. So like don't get too caught up in the fact that, you know, there's these events and stuff. Don't get too caught up in that. Don't get too caught up in that. They'll come back around and you'll be able to finish them off eventually. So after, like, I would say focus on your Arcwing until you got your Arcwing to a decent point to where you can handle all the missions with ease. Then you'll want to focus on doing your open world stuff, and then once you've gotten some of that open world stuff out of the way, then you'll want to come down to your Railjack.
Crew, carbon accretion cleared from nacelles. Control surfaces recalibrated.
And of course, you'll do, you know, your missions here. You know, and you can just start clearing out your skirmish. So we'll try to run this thing solo.
Deployed a ship killer platform to this sector. That explains the lack of civilian radio traffic. Unit down. Detected. Single person attack craft. Prepare to engage. Heads up. Ready air crow. signal. Pilot morale destabilizing. Continue. We are on their boards. Look alive. Canal has exited the railjack. Hull breach. Venting Atmos. Situation critical. Cruise reinforcement has arrived. Premier cruise ship has a tail at the helm. Watch your fires. Suboptimal.
I think my ship blew up. I think my ship blew up is what happened. Which again is one of the reasons why you need a crew for real, that's trying to do these missions solo. Without a crew is rough.
Crew, in the interest of sector security, I have marked a nearby Grineer pulse turbine. Down, then knock the slats out of anything left standing in the interest of sector security. Gunners on attack vector. Gunners, fire at will. Dropping Pharaoh out of airlock. Hull breached. Life support failing. Equip an Omni and patch that leak.
As you can see, it's pretty difficult to try and complete missions without a crew. Even when you got yourself. Now I could have just bypassed that. I could have bypassed doing that and just went straight for the objective. But I did want you to kind of see this so that you could kind of understand that getting a crew is very important. So, how do we get our crew? Before you start really engaging with the railjack missions, you want to snatch a crew. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to.
Think you so smart, but see how I take a whole sector just for me, none for you. Smart, smart me. Yes.
We're gonna go to Fortuna, and we're gonna go and we're gonna find the dude who will sell you basically crew members. You can hire crew members for your ship. Now that I show you how stank it could be without it, we're gonna come up here to this guy, Tinker.
A person gets told a lot of things over the course of a life. Who they are, who they should be. Amateurs. Lecturing a professional. Anything that can't survive scrutiny shouldn't. Nothing but the best for you, Stardust. This ragtag bunch are hot, hot, hot right now.
So what we want, as you can see, each one has their own little stats to them. And what we want is somebody who's going to be really good at repairs. So this guy here is going to be good at repairs. And he's decent. He's all right at combat, at least for now. So what we're going to do is we're going to hire him.
Lovely. I'll just put the paperwork together.
Purchase limit reached. And let me see. We got a... All right.
You know where to find me.
And now we can leave Fortuna. And what we'll do is we'll go over to our little plexus thingy over here. And what we'll do is we'll go to our intrinsics, and we're gonna go to command. Now you right click on it and it'll show you exactly what you got going on here. It allows me to, I'm at rank 3 and I can have a second member. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna rank up. Now at level 5, I'll have a third crew member. All right. And of course, piloting. All right. Oops. And then what we want to do here is see if we can
Crew, I am ready.
Noble Tenno. It is no sin to fail to see the truth. But to reject the truth once it is seen, that is sin unpardonable.
All right. And now we got a crew together here. Now we have a crew.
We tread the self-same void where the saga began. In the spaces between, we shall learn the truth. All is unfolding as it should.
The rear placement of a pulse turbine is a display of power intended to be exerted. We did not intend. Operational objectives updated. Bogies on scope. Good hunting.
Out of the way.
Tenno on deck. One radiator down. Make it 2.
Did I miss one?
Tenno disembarking.
Oh, I did.
Exterior weak point exposed. Open fire. Vulnerable. Key components marked. Destroy them. Pulse turbine rendered inoperative. Let us see how the enemy handles an even playing field.
Alright, we're gonna park it right here.
Ship down. That clears up some space. Closing the file on that pulse turbine. Good work. They will be back. But for now, the sector is clear. Welcome back.
All right. There's the moon. And of course, there's good old Earth. And then of course you would just continue on. Of course we got skirmish, we got more skirmishes. And basically what I would do is I would just replay a bunch of them until you get enough enough mods and endo and things of that nature to really spruce up your ship. Of course you get free flight around the planet. If you want, you automatically go into free flight after you complete a mission. But you know, you can just do free flight if you want. And yeah, I would really suggest you get into doing these. As you can see, we got a few mods. We got 8 intrinsics. And there we have that. And then of course, you would go to Deimos to use your necromech. You would basically go to Deimos to use your necromech, and you would level your necromech the same way. But like, there's different ways to play. There's different ways to play this game. You don't have to always be doing, you know, spy missions and survivals and stuff. You can do space combat. You know, you can do space combat in your railjack, space combat with the Archwing. There's open worlds. There's 3 open worlds you can explore. You can do fishing and all kinds of little stuff. So, but I would say again, focus on one at a time and try to grow one play style at a time, so that you don't find yourself overwhelmed with what to do. And I would start with Archwing. Start there, and then, because as you can see, even though railjack is its own thing, Archwing combat is built into it a little bit, and so it's always good to have a decently powerful Archwing, regardless of whether you'll do Archwing content constantly over the course of time. Regardless of whether you will or not, it's always good to have Archwing ready and able. And of course, we'll run over here to our Plexus, see what new mods we got up in this bitch. What new mods we got off in this bitch. Okay, +2 Archwing speed. And of course, okay, yeah, that's if you want to use the Raider ships. Okay. Warhead. Our Artillery. Ion burn. So we got that. What we have here? Ripload. Overloader. Cruising speed. And of course, we'll just keep running missions on these until we get more of those. And of course, until we get more tacticals. And of course, we got 8 intrinsics now. And the idea is we'll just keep running those to get more and more crew member slots. And then you'll just keep going back to Tinker to see what new crew members you want. My goal is to get a whole bunch of Red Veil, but I just got one right now to do some good repairs and stuff. And you would just keep doing that on top of course, you know, seeing what.
Ooh, yes! Sector falls into my hands! All gone, all mine! Yes! Sector! Yes!
He is so stupid. Just seeing what, you know, seeing what relics are open, or relic missions are ready to be popped. Keeping your relics together. Of course, you can make your Kubarals or make your Kavats. I need some more genetic codes and I can birth my Kavat. Of course, you'll come over here to set up your sidekick here. You can have several kinds of sidekicks. Depending on what you like and what you're wanting the sidekick for. And then of course your gear. Always make sure that you set your gear up on your little buttons. You can have them on your button slots, like your Arcwing, your K-Drive, which is like your skateboard, your hoverboard, your Necromech, of course. Your Omni is your railjack repair tool, things like that. Of course, emotes. You can put emotes. And you can put your emotes on. Get little dance emotes and stuff. You can have all kinds of little weird stuff. You can have all kinds of weird stuff. So remember that, you know, once you can do all of that, and then of course, remember you still have You still have your Tenno itself, your actual Tenno itself to do in terms of like focus. I would say start with Zenrik if you can in the beginning. Start with Zenrik, and then switch to Inaru. Inaru, if you really want to go further, if you really want to take yourself further, you can switch to that. Also, remember you have your helmet system if you really want to get the mixing Warframe powers. Like I said, I don't really do it, but you know, if you really want to do that, you can do that. Also, get used to coming over here and knocking out, like I said, your mods. Make sure you keep your mods up and strengthened with Endo. Inject them with Endo. And as you can see, I got plenty of Endo just floating around here on just randomly, but that's because I get so much of it. I have so much Endo that I have enough Endo to just kind of like just show off around my house. Always get your, try to get your dailies done as well. Your dailies and weeklies done. Keep those rewards going in. If you like, again, you'll see like you'll have different events that'll pop up. If you're into those, you can do those. Get your story missions out of the way. Always get your story missions out of the way, because they'll be over here in your under your quest. Knock your story missions out. Like, some of these are just Warframe missions, but your actual story main missions, like Awakening and Deviri and like Dreadlock Protocol, or like the New Strange, or like Nata, or like Second Dream. You want to get those out of the way, because those unlock very important parts of the game to you. And so like you want to knock those out so that you can have those different elements of like growth and progression unlocked to you. Because they're not going to just be mandatory. You're going to have to do them on your own. And then you'll have plenty of time to knock everything out. Like in Warframe, there's no such thing as falling behind. There's no such thing as falling behind, because there is no race to the top in Warframe. So take your time, take it slow. Again, whatever parts of the game you enjoy the most, just focus on making those parts strong. If you enjoy Railjack more than anything else, then you're just gonna want to keep doing your Railjack missions, keep collecting mods like you would do in normal missions, but Railjack style, and you'll make it to where you'll have one of the most powerful Railjacks in the system. And then, hey, you might get bored of Railjack. You might be like, you know what? I done conquered everything there is in Railjack. I want to do some straight up, I want to go ahead and do some straight up Arcwing style stuff. Then you can run and do Arcwing. Like for me, I'm starting off with the Railjack parts for myself, because of the fact that Railjack has been the one thing I've kind of like ignored a lot of. So like, you want to get that done. You want to knock that out. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this the final tutorial part, because again, after that, it's just deciding what you want to do on your own. And then of course, just going for Warframes, because I've got some Tekken stuff to get together and get ready, because Tekken is 3 days away, I think. 3 days away? 2 days away? 2 days away. Tekken is 2 days away, people. And that means this channel is going to take a drastic turn, and we're going to be a Tekken focused channel. And we are going to be diving in. We're going to be doing nice long sessions in Tekken, baby. And it's going to be a long journey, because again, my goal is to make it to tournament status and to be able to get into the big tournaments. I want to face these giants, and it's something I've been wanting to do since I started playing Tekken. I've always wanted to be in the upper ranks of Tekken lore, I guess you could call it. Tekken tournament lore, I guess you could say. I've been playing Tekken since 1, and I didn't really start taking it competitively serious until like 4. Around Tekken 4 is when I realized I'm actually damn pretty good at this, and I started really taking it seriously in 4. So I am very, very excited to finally be in a position to where I can chase this and actually try and make it to Evo and be considered one of the best Tekken players in the world. My goal isn't so crazy as to be the best Tekken player in the world, but to be able to be in the conversation as one of the best has been one of my lifelong dreams, especially considering that I main Kazuya, and Kazuya has always been kind of considered a mid to low tier character. So it's always good to play that underdog role. I've always wanted to show that if you love anything deep enough, doesn't matter what you pick. A lot of people will say, a lot of people swear by metas, and while meta can be very strong, I've always been a believer that if you truly have passion for what you're doing, you can make anything work. And so, it's going to be part of my goal to show that as well. Again, like I said, Tekken's coming up 2 days from now. We're going to be shifting a lot of our content toward it. I will not abandon a variety content, but it will be put on the back burner as a secondary priority to Tekken. So while it will still be here on the channel, there will be far less of it and lots more of Tekken. So I am very, 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 I'm very, very happy. And what we're going to do is we're going to start it off. We're going to start the first stream off with nothing but just reactions to the trailers. And then, of course, because I haven't seen any of the trailers for real, I've been keeping myself in the dark on Tekken as much as possible so that we can come together and watch it together and kind of like react to it, together as a group here. And then, of course, either we'll do that the day before, and then the next day we'll actually start up the game and get in there and see what the game has to offer. Or we'll do it the day of, and we'll have it to where we'll do the first part of the stream will be the reactions to those trailers, and then we'll go right into the game, and we'll make it a real big thing together with everybody here. So again, tune in. Like I said, Tekken comes out Thursday, so be here Thursday. I would say between 5 and 6. Because I'll be going to dialysis, and I'll be there till about like 4. And then like after around dialysis, my goal is to come back, start chugging some caffeine to make sure I'm not too drowsy and too fucked up to not stream. Because I do plan on streaming on the day of release. So we'll be streaming from about 6 to whenever we end. And so definitely Thursday, but also look out for Wednesday, the day before as well, because I may pop in and do the trailer reactions the day before. It'll be around the same time, about like 4 or 5. And we're gonna really get it in. Like I'm really excited. I'm really excited, man. I'm really excited for Tekken. Like not just because another Tekken's releasing, but because This is the first time in my life I've actually had a chance to actually delve into it, because it takes time. It's one thing I wanted to kind of say and discuss here a little bit is it takes time to become as good as it takes to be in the fighting game leagues. Like it takes a lot of dedication to a game. Like they say, like back in the day when I was tournament ready and Tekken 5. When I was tournament skills then, I was practicing like 8-9 hours a day. It was like a daily job for me. Like I would go to my regular job. I worked at like Crystals at the time. If you guys know what Crystals is, if you're from up north, the equivalent to like in the south it's called Crystals, but up north it's called White Castles. So just if you're from a different area, and you know, basically Crystals is White Castles. And I used to work at that place, and I remember it. I used to do 8-9 hours there, come home, do 8-9 hours Tekken, go to sleep, wake up, take a shower, go to work, come home, Tekken, go till I went to sleep. Like that's how I became as good as I was in Tekken, and that's what it takes to be good enough to fight the world's best players, you know. And so I'm in a position right now where I kind of have that chance to do that. It's a weird thing that I am in this position because of the fact that I am now considered disabled because of my physical ailments. But I guess you could say everything happens for a reason. And I am at the point now to where it's like, all right, you know, life has sat me down in a way, and I guess now it's like life is telling me, hey man, now's the chance for you to actually do this shit. You've had so many excuses before, but now you don't have any. So now I'm going to actually take this to the next level. And I did want to get this Warframe out of the way though, because I do plan on having Warframe as being one of the few things we do in terms of variety from now on. It'll be Warframe. I'll be going back to Final Fantasy 14 as well. For the MMO side, I'll be doing Final Fantasy 14 on the side. Because again, I don't want to go away from the fact that I do enjoy other games, but you know, Tekken is going to be the one that I truly take seriously. Not only because it's my favorite video game franchise of all time, but it's also because that's the one game that I can truly say I was masterfully skilled at. So I really want to be able to share that journey as well as continue, of course, having fun on these little games here. And so, like, we're gonna keep going into different content, and then of course pushing that Tekken content. I am trying to get my webcam together. I will have a webcam sooner or later. I wanted to get it before Tekken came about, but life got in the way, so I haven't been able to actually get the camera ready yet. I wanted it to be ready for the actual reactions to the trailers, but the webcam I have isn't working for my recording process. So I mean, I might be able to see if I can try it through OBS, but I've never recorded with OBS before. Like right now, I don't stream with OBS. I stream with a different recording setup. So I'll see what I can do, and if I can't, we'll just, you'll just be able to hear me here and hear me, saying laugh and maybe even cry, depending on what some of this shit is. Because I ain't gonna lie, like I said, I have a deep love for Tekken, so I don't know. I may end up crying on stream. Just bear with me if I end up crying on stream. Thanks guys for watching. Amon-Rellik, the Godslayer, Amon-Rellik Gaming. Get out there and enjoy this Warframe, however you choose to play it. I am out of here.